understood mammal on Earth. This is the secret life of bats. And it starts with a lie we've told for 2,000 years. The lie is simple: bats are blind. Blind as a bat, we say. Aristotle wrote it down in 350 BC, and we never bothered to check. But if you put a bat in a sunlit field, it will see you. Most bats have excellent eyesight. Some see 3 times better than you do. The fruit bats of Africa and Asia have eyes so large and so sharp they can spot a ripe fig from half a kilometer away. So why the myth? Because bats don't need to see. They have something better. In 1793, an Italian scientist named Lazzaro Spallanzani did something cruel but revealing. He blinded bats and set them loose in a room crisscrossed with silk threads. The bats flew perfectly, never touching a thread. Then he plugged their ears. This time, they crashed. Spallanzani didn't know it yet, but he had just discovered echolocation. He just didn't have a word for it. That word wouldn't come until 1938, when Harvard student Donald Griffin hooked a microphone to an oscilloscope and heard it. The bats were screaming. Screaming at 100 decibels. Louder than a rock concert. But at 20 to 200 kilohertz, far above human hearing. Imagine shouting into a canyon and reconstructing the entire landscape from the echo alone. Not just distance. Shape. Texture. Movement. A bat can detect a human hair in total darkness from 10 meters away. It can tell the difference between a beetle and a moth by the flutter of its wings. And it does this 200 times per second while flying at 60 miles per hour through a forest. But echolocation is only the beginning. Because to understand bats, you have to forget everything you think you know about mammals. They broke the rules. All of them. Rule 1: mammals don't fly. Bats said, "Watch us." They are the only mammals capable of true powered flight. Not gliding like flying squirrels. Real, flapping, steering, hovering flight. And they've been doing it for 52 million years. The oldest bat fossil we have, Onychonycterus finii, was already a fully formed bat. No half-wing. No evolutionary throat clearing. It appeared in the fossil record as if out of nowhere, a perfect flying machine. How? We still don't know. The transition from tree-climbing shrew to sky predator left no fossils. It's one of evolution's best magic tricks. To pull it off, bats rebuilt the mammalian body from scratch. Their wings aren't wings at all. They're hands. If you stretched your fingers to be as long as your body, then webbed them with skin thinner than a rubber glove but stronger than steel relative to its weight, you'd have a bat wing. There are 25 joints in that wing. Your arm has 3. This gives them unmatched agility. A bat can turn 180 degrees in less than the width of its own wingspan. Fighter jets can't do that. And that skin membrane, the patagium, is alive. It's packed with blood vessels, nerves, and muscle fibers. Bats can feel the air moving over their wings. They can change the camber and shape mid-flight, like a living aircraft adjusting its flaps. When it tears, it heals in days. When it's cold, they can constrict blood vessels to conserve heat. When it's hot, they flush it with blood to cool down. It's a wing, a radiator, a sensory organ, and a blanket all at once. Rule 2: small mammals live fast and die young. A house mouse lives 2 years. A shrew might get 15 months. Their hearts explode at 600 beats per minute and burn out. Bats tore up that rule too. The Brandt's bat weighs 7 grams. Less than 2 quarters. It lives 41 years in the wild. That's like a human living 1,000 years. Their bodies should be riddled with cancer. High metabolism means high cellular damage. High damage means mutations. Mutations mean cancer. But bats almost never get cancer. Their cells have evolved 2 radical defenses. First, they produce an enzyme called telomerase that repairs the ends of DNA strands. preventing the cellular aging that leads to tumors. Second, their immune systems are in a constant state of controlled inflammation. They live with viral loads that would kill a human in days, but their bodies don't overreact. They don't get cytokine storms. They've made peace with their viruses. And that leads us to the darkest part of the secret. The reason you know the word bat and virus in the same sentence. Ebola, SARS, MERS, Nipah, Hendra, Marburg, and yes, coronaviruses. All of them have reservoirs in bats. For years, the story was simple: bats are flying disease factories. But that's not true. That's the human story. The bat story is different. Bats don't get sick from these viruses. Their unique immune system tolerates them. A virus that smolders quietly in a bat becomes a wildfire in a human because our immune systems panic. We attack ourselves. Bats don't. Their secret is what researchers call the always-on interferon response. Interferons are the body's alarm system. In humans, they trigger only during infection, and they hit hard. In bats, they're always humming at low level, like a security system that's never armed but never off. Viruses can't replicate fast enough to overwhelm it. But here's the twist: flight itself might be the reason. Flying is insanely energy-intensive. A bat's metabolic rate in flight is 15 times its resting rate. That generates massive amounts of heat and cell-damaging molecules called free radicals. Any other mammal would be torn apart by inflammation. Bats evolved anti-inflammatory pathways to survive flight. Those same pathways let them tolerate viruses. Flight made them pandemic-proof. And it might make us pandemic-proof too, if we can figure out how they do it. Labs from Boston to Brisbane are mapping the bat genome right now, looking for the next antiviral drug. The cure might be hanging upside down in a cave. Which brings us to Rule 3, mammals don't hang upside down. But bats have to. Their leg bones are too thin and light to support their weight standing up. They evolved to be aerial creatures so completely that land became foreign. Take off from the ground, and most bats can't generate enough lift. They need to drop. So they roost in high places, and they hang. But hanging takes energy, right? Try hanging from a pull-up bar. Your muscles will fail in minutes. Bats hang for months. Through hibernation. Through storms. Even dead, they don't fall. Because they cheated. Their tendons have a ratchet system. When a bat relaxes, its body weight pulls on tendons that clamp the toes shut automatically. No muscle effort. It's like a Chinese finger trap in their feet. To let go, they have to actively flex a muscle. Death, for a bat, means a permanent grip. Many die hanging, mummified by the dry cave air, still clutching the rock. And those caves. We think of them as bat houses. But caves are death traps. Dark, damp, full of ammonia from guano. No other mammal could live there. Bats turned them into empires. The Bracken Cave in Texas holds 20 million Mexican free-tailed bats. It's the largest concentration of mammals on Earth, aside from humans. Every night at sunset, they exit in a column so dense it shows up on weather radar. It takes 3 hours for them all to leave. And every night, they eat 200 tons of insects. Mostly agricultural pests. Corn earworm moths. Armyworms. If those bats disappeared, American farmers would lose $3.7 billion a year in crop damage and pesticides. One cave. $3.7 billion. And it's not just insects. There are 1,400 species of bats. Only 3 drink blood. The rest are doing jobs we didn't even know needed doing. The fruit bats, the flying foxes, don't echolocate. They navigate by smell and eyesight, and they are the gardeners of the tropics. A single wild mango tree can be pollinated by bats from 60 kilometers away. The bats eat the fruit, fly off, and drop the seeds in their dung, complete with fertilizer. 95% of new rainforest growth in cleared areas comes from seeds dropped by bats. No bats, no rainforest. The tequila in your glass? Bats pollinated the agave plant at 3 a.m. while you were sleeping. No bats, no tequila. Even the vampire bats, the ones we made movies about, are not what you think. Desmodus rotundus feeds only on blood, yes. But it doesn't suck it. Its saliva has an anticoagulant called draculin that keeps blood flowing from a tiny incision it makes with razor teeth. The bat laps it up for 30 minutes. The host, usually cattle or birds, rarely even wakes up. And vampire bats share. If a bat fails to feed for 2 nights, it will die. But a roost mate that ate well will vomit up blood to save it. They remember who shared with them, and they repay the favor. It's called reciprocal altruism, and it's one of the only clear examples in non-human animals. They have friends. But for all their secrets, bats are disappearing. The North American bat population has crashed by 90% in some regions since 2006. Not from viruses. From a fungus. Pseudogymnoascus destructans, called white nose syndrome. It grows on their skin while they hibernate, waking them up, burning their fat reserves. They starve to death in February, fluttering out into the snow. 6.7 million dead. And counting. We did this. We carried the fungus from European caves on our shoes, our gear. European bats co-evolved with it. American bats had no defense. Wind turbines kill hundreds of thousands more. Not by hitting them. By barotrauma. The pressure drop behind a spinning blade makes their lungs explode. They can't hear the blades coming because the blades are too big and slow to make a detectable echo. Evolution didn't prepare them for 21st century technology. And still, we fear them. We seal our attics. We tear down their roosts. We blame them for disease. But the truth is, bats are not the danger. We are. We bulldoze the forests they pollinate. We light up the night sky and blind their prey. We warm the planet and wake them from hibernation early. We are the invasive species. Yet they endure. In the deserts of Namibia, the Namib long-eared bat lands on scorpions, pinning the stinger with its body, biting the head off. In the jungles of Borneo, Hardwick's woolly bat roosts inside pitcher plants, fertilizing the plant with its guano in exchange for shelter. In the Sonoran Desert, the lesser long-nosed bat migrates 1,000 miles following the bloom of columnar cacti, a journey timed to the night-blooming flowers like a calendar written in nectar. So what is the secret life of bats? It's a life of extremes. They are the slowest reproducing small mammals, 1 pup a year, and the longest lived. They are the most agile flyers and the most delicate creatures, with bones like glass. They are vectors of disease and vectors of life, carrying seeds and pollen and death in equal measure. They are blind, and they see the world in sound. They are silent to us, and they scream at the night. We called them monsters because they mastered the darkness we feared. But in that darkness, they built a world more complex, more connected, and more vital than we ever imagined. They are not our enemies. They are the night shift. The maintenance crew for the planet. Pollinating, seeding, eating, balancing. And maybe the biggest secret of all is this: we need them more than they need us. If bats vanished tomorrow, the tropics would unravel. Crops would fail. Forests would stop growing. Insects would swarm in plagues. The night would go quiet, and not in a good way. But if we vanished tomorrow, the bats would fly on. Out of their caves, into a world without lights, without wind turbines, without fear. They would reclaim the sky we stole. And 52 million years of evolution would keep going, echolocating through the dark, whispering secrets to anyone still listening. So the next time you hear something rustle in the twilight, and you look up and see nothing, remember, something sees you. And it's not a monster. It's just a bat, living its secret life. And maybe, if we're smart enough, it will let us in on a few more secrets before it's too late.